Hi, I'm the lone journalist for KRAZ TV. This is another great book for another book review. Hopefully it'll be great too, but we'll let you decide that. A Brief History of Black Holes and Why Nearly Everything You Know About Them is Wrong by Dr. Becky Smethurst. I hope I'm not butchering her name. She is an award-winning astrophysicist and science communicator at the University of Oxford, specializing in how galaxies co-evolve with their supermassive black holes. She was recently awarded the Royal Astronomical Society's Research Fellowship for 2022. Her YouTube channel, Dr. Becky, has over 400,000 subscribers who engage with her videos on weird objects in space, the history of science, and monthly recaps of space news. A Brief History of Black Holes is her second book. Her first, Space, 10 Things You Should Know, was named one of Sky at Night magazine's top 20 books of 2019 and was translated all over the world. What another great, strong woman. You know, we have playlist at both KRAZ TV and Zero Channel called Our New Chiefs Are Strong Women. Here's another one. In the book review I just did, Fly Girls, about the 5 women aviators, actually 10, surely deserve that accolade also. So this is a book by Macmillan. It's kind of a joke about this, a brief history, because we haven't been around black holes very long. I mean, they've been around way before we were, but we didn't even really. Well, somebody did postulate in 1909 called a massive dense object at the center of the universe, because they were doing gravity studies, and this was right after, but they had been postulating before 1905 about general relativity and special relativity and Einstein's equations. So from there, and then it took Hubble and everybody. You know, in 1930s, people used to think that the universe was what we saw out there, and that was really just one galaxy. Then Hubble did his work, and then they started seeing a lot more galaxies, and then they started seeing galaxies expanding. So then they started figuring this out only in the late, well, they had postulated and saw this, well, they never could see the black hole, but they found the gravities and all that, and the centers of, and almost every galaxy has one. But it was actually Stephen Hawking and Dr. Penrose, Dr. Robert Penrose, I believe, who really brought it out. And I think they won the Nobel Prize for that discovery and stuff. So from 1990, and then she started her work there right after or whatever. So in 2022, it's 2023 now, but she's been doing her work for the last 20 years. And now she come to find out that black holes, a lot of them have an accretion disk. It means the gravity is so dense that when it sucks in stars and breaks apart, that not all of it goes into the black star, but it makes a ring around it, around the black star. And it's bright. So, and if you look at pictures of the Milky Way, which are galaxies, you see a big bunch of stars there. You can't see the black hole in there because it's lit up so much by the accretion of stars and all of that. So it's mind-boggling to think that the size of the sun, if it were collapsed to a black hole size. Now they said the sun's not going to probably be a black hole. Not every star is. It will become a white dwarf. But if it were compressed to the size of what a black hole is, it would only be 2.9 kilometers across. If the size of the Earth was made into or collapsed to the size of a black hole, you could hold it. Well, it would fit in your hand. You couldn't hold it. It would only be the size of a tennis ball. Isn't that amazing? And that most black holes are millions of masses, but you know, some of them are only like a few thousand kilometers across, and yet they have over 4 million stars collapsed into that center. It's amazing. However, some of the great black holes, there's one TON something number, TON. I don't know what that stands. I can't remember. I'm not going to look here. But anyways, that star, as the galaxy has the largest black hole. I guess that's the name of the black hole. 66 billion solar masses. That is probably the most supermassive black hole to date that's been found. So the secret with science and all that is, they're going to find more, and it's going to give them pause. Now, as I understand it, and actually they say the speed of it may be constant. Well, it is the speed of light. However, it's actually speeding up because the universe is actually having a expanding. Every galaxy and all that's moving out. But as they move out, they actually go faster. They don't sit at a constant rate. They're actually accelerating through the universe. So it's propelled, they think, best postulation is dark energy. And the stuff in there, the blackness, is since you can't see it and don't know what it is we call that dark matter. So dark energy and dark matter are the prompters. But they say that it isn't dark matter that's at black holes. It's just so super dense that, a teaspoon would weigh 1 billion tons or something. It's just amazing, amazing story. But she's done her great work and used many telescopes. And then they're using gravity waves to detect. And also the merger of black holes. It's finding black holes when two galaxies crash together. Eventually or somehow the black holes just gravitate to each other, I guess. But anyways, they're finding out that data. So they did take a picture of the accretion disk, and it's in this book, of the first picture of a, quote, black hole. So there's so much to learn about science, and it's just getting started, folks. So there's plenty of room for explorers, and lots of women can do their work, because there are a lot of women in astronomy, and almost all the talks and all that I have seen lately have been a majority of women. So they're striding up to the plate and taking over the numbers. But everybody's doing great work, and it's all built on the shoulders of others. And so the only thing that scientists do is look for the flaws and see where somebody maybe got misguided or stopped. A lot of great theorists, they figured something out, but they just couldn't quite get it. And it took maybe 30 years later, somebody said, oh, they were right. So-and-so was right. We would have never guessed that, or everybody ridiculed them. So it's just a wonderful story, but it's one that needs to be told, and it's a great story by Becky Smethurst, A Brief History of the Black Holes. And they're not black. Thanks for watching KRAZ TV, and get the book like we did. We got ours at the Tucson Public Library. And I hope you keep looking up, because we've already looked down, right? There's so much more to see here, though. And by being here, we can see there. Thanks for watching KRAZ TV. Doc Martin.